Ready?
Yeah, I mean, just got off the practice field. Great win last week from the guys, and that's behind us. First week, our first day of practice in the books for the short week, and rolling ahead to Eastern Michigan here. So, excited where we're at. Great job by the kids, like we talked about, a few days ago while we were in here. Really pleased with the effort. Lots that we cleaned up. It was not one of our better games across the board, but we did enough to win. That's the most important thing. The kids handled the corrections the right way yesterday, had a good day of practice today, and excited about the opportunity that we have on Friday against a very, very good Eastern Michigan team.
Just talk up, a little bit more about the vibe overall after these last 2 wins.
Yeah, I mean, energy's up. It was really cool yesterday as we reviewed the tape. The guys were happy we won, and postseason hopes are alive. But there was a really cool air of no one was really satisfied. We won, and that was good, but we knew that we could play better. We need to play better, and also, okay, let's get the corrections. Let's learn the lessons, where we can go, and let's turn the page because we know that we got a short amount of time to work so that we can go create some more time. So there's a great sense of urgency. There's a real positive vibe. Obviously, the belief is at an all-time high, and they're a pretty confident group right now that's playing together, and that's really, really cool.
Back when you're 3-6, you kept talking bowl. I mean, now that you're here and it's you're a game away from it, do you change that a little bit as far as, do you still keep talking about that, or is it like, now we got to shove that aside, now we just got to focus on one team now instead of 3 wins?
Yeah, I mean, we kind of always, when we looked at it, we knew that we had 3 to play. I mean, it was like, hey, it turned into playoff football, and the ultimate prize was to keep our postseason hopes alive. But we knew that there was a single-minded focus on the task at hand, because if we didn't handle the task at hand, then everything that could be never would come to fruition. So the guys have done a great job of having a single-minded focus on, okay, when it was Buffalo week, we need to handle Buffalo. When it's Ball State week, we need to handle Ball State. And the driving force behind that is obviously the external motivation of the bowl game and the reward for a job well done. So the kids know that that's there, so we don't need to dwell on that because they all know what's at stake. And they're all really motivated because we're playing meaningful games here late in November. So now it's really like, okay, hey, that's the carrot, so to speak. So now what do we have to do? What do we need to focus on so that we can go get that carrot and keep our postseason hopes alive as we go forward? So they've done a great job, winning, taking confidence, taking the 24 hours to celebrate that in the right way, and then, refocusing when it's time to refocus and get locked back in for the next thing that we got to go do.
Along with the wins the last couple of weeks, it seems like you had some guys that were having good years, but now the last couple of weeks, you're talking about taking another level up. Crum obviously comes to mind right away.
Sure.
McCoy, Parker on defense seems like he's always a really good player, but yeah, now you're talking. Some guys are getting some maybe notice that they hadn't gotten before. Just talk about how good it feels for you to get those types of things.
Yeah, I mean it's rewarding for the kids because again, you sit down and when we get here, right, like we talk about this be the alpha mantra of an individual who's consistently improving their best on a daily basis and then shows up and performs when the family needs them most, right? Like that's what that means to us in all facets of their life. And so if we embody that ethos, we embody that message, right? That at this point in time, in the latter half of the season, we should be playing our best football. That's what we believe in. That's what we've been preaching. And to see that come to fruition, it allows you to know, like, it's validation as a coaching staff that the kids are believing in what we're doing. They're truly buying in and accepting what we're asking them to do. So now when the moment comes and they need to perform, they're doing it at a really, really high level because they found ways, whether win or lesson learned, to continue to get better. So now, okay, the next opportunity comes, I continue to get better. And even if I keep getting better and better and better and better, but if I don't show up and perform, whether it be the Ball State game or Eastern Michigan this week or the job interview when the time comes, if I don't perform in that moment, then all the preparation really doesn't matter, quite frankly, right? So they've done a great job. Hey, the moment's here, push your chips in, believe in one another, and go show up and perform for the family, and they've done that. And, again, like we build plans around our best playmakers in all 3 phases. So if we're building a plan around you, Jamal, Elvis, Crum, Isaiah, Trickett, Joey, Derek, like you got to show up because that's where we're building the plan around. Like that's coaching. I mean, players make good coaches, and those guys are making us look like really good coaches at this point in time.
You can't really take a step like you're doing without guys like you're saying emerging until your quarterback really truly emerges and these other guys.
Yeah, I think you can't take this step that we're taking as a program until the kids believe wholeheartedly and then they start almost in a sense like just champion what you've been saying, right? I think that, and again, this is something we talked about when we first showed up, that, teams that don't have leadership don't have a chance to be very good. If the coaches lead, you have a chance to be all right. And if the players lead, you have a chance to have an exceptional year. And where we were at when we were sitting there 3-6, we need some real players to step up and to lead. And the way that they have both in the locker room, in the classroom, and then out onto the field, it's given us a chance to be on a pretty special run here to end the season the right way. Hopefully, again, mentioned it at the end of the game, hopefully the people who select these bowls, I don't know if 6 wins, I know it gives us the opportunity to be in the conversation. I hope it gives us, with the way that we're streaking here late, that we're playing an entertaining brand of football and our fans are eager to go paint a town wherever that might be, from the Bahamas to Idaho, blue and gold, and we get an opportunity to go play some more football if we're fortunate enough to play the way that we're capable of and get a win on Friday.
Another thing that has to happen is depth-wise. I know everybody has their issues, and
Yep.
Cepeda gets the targeting call.
Yep.
It'd be nice to have a guy like Matt Barlow bring in.
Yeah, and again, that's a testament to kind of next man up mentality. And again, the high level performers, the guys that you mentioned that are playing at their best. It goes for everyone else in the family as well. That you're finding ways to get better, and you're living this alpha lifestyle, right? So that you don't know when your moment's going to come. And we've talked about it a bunch to where, hey, either you're trained or you're untrained, right? Like even AJ, he gets in because Mandela has to go out and get checked for a little bit. So AJ hops in and he plays 15 meaningful snaps that really don't show up anywhere on any headlines, but because you look up and in meaningful snaps in the second half, it's AJ and Matt Barr playing our inside linebackers, and they're trained, they're ready, they're prepared because they've gone about their business the right way. And there's examples of that all the way through. Daniel Johnson, all season long, he's just getting better. In the last 2 games, he starts at left tackle, and his performance last week was better than it was against Buffalo, and he's got to stay on that trend this week as he goes against a really good set of defensive ends for Eastern Michigan. So, just developing that depth, and again, I can't praise our strength staff and the effort that our kids give when they're training and the way they take care of themselves throughout the course of the season, so that even though we have the nicks and bruises and everything else that everyone's dealing with, we've been able to stave off, knock on wood, the season crippling injuries at certain spots.
Jamal came out in the first half with a little leg thing, and
Yep.
making some huge impactful plays in the second half.
Yep. Yeah. I mean, just kind of had to work through some stuff, some things that, again, just things that we're all managing, And so our training staff did a great job, kind of giving him the tender love and care that he needed, and then came back and performed in the second half. So, again, we'll get him to race day again and manage that the right way. And because of where he's at in his career, the most important thing is that his game experience will help carry him through. But we got to get him to game day and handle that the right way.
Leggett too came back after some. How do you?
Yeah, good, active. There's some plays that he left out there, but he's made some very impactful plays. So good to have him back. And again, just kind of managing all that and guys stepping up. Alex Hogue has been phenomenal all year long, and he's a guy that's really emerged as a senior who hasn't done a ton. And he'd be the first guy to tell you his career, he was probably hoping for more. And now this senior year, he did a great job in the offseason, changed his body, and he continues to get better and better and better. So, all those things have really helped solidify, full family effort here to get to where we're at and the opportunity that we have this week.
Hit Isaiah real quick. Obviously, he was gone for a couple games.
Yep.
Came back, looked pretty strong.
Yeah, he did. When Isaiah does things the right way, and he's locked in and he's focused and he understands that, it's about the family and what the family needs. He gives you those types of performances. And obviously there's the individual stat line that he has, but he did a lot more besides the catches and the runs and everything that again, don't necessarily show up, but his process throughout the course of the week led to those results, And again, sometimes I said it day one, and I'll say it the last day that I'm fortunate to be here, however that plays out, right? That I'm more concerned about making sure that he's a successful young man when he leaves here than a football player. And if he's a great young man and he does things the right way and he's self-determined and he's self-disciplined, then everything else will take care of itself, So unfortunately, sometimes you got to use the bench to teach those lessons.
It looks like, from the outside looking in, going over these last 2 games, there's a couple plays at the end. Cavius obviously carries some guys to a first down against Buffalo. Kerrigan just jumps up and makes this play.
Yep.
To basically not win you the game, but put you in position.
Yeah.
Is there something kind of, when you see these types of things happen in a place like this, do you kind of think, hey, there's some, I mean, I know you think something special is going on here, but just from the outside looking in, kind of some magical things kind of starting there.
Yeah, I don't know if it's magical. I think it's just that we talk to them all the time about, the work ethic that they have, the amount of reps that they log, that constant repetition gives them conviction and it gives them confidence. So even though, okay, the ball's been on Mike Kerrigan's hands before, and we've documented that and we've talked about that where he hasn't made the play, Mike's confidence and his conviction and his ability to make plays has never wavered because of the work that he's put in, the full body of work that no one sees, that him and Crum talked about after the game, the time invested in the summer, that Crum trusts him. It's one-on-one. That's my guy. I'm going to give him a chance. And Mike having the confidence and conviction in himself because of his work ethic and the reps that he put in, that eliminates the fear. That eliminates the doubts that I want the ball, give it to me. And I think that's something that kind of permeates through our whole family, that guys have confidence in themselves. They have conviction in their work. And if they've done their work the right way, they want the ball to come their way. Whether it's a skill guy, they want the ball in their hands to make the play. If they're a DB, they want the ball thrown their way so that they can get the PBU or they can get the INT. I mean, Trickett, Joey, and Derek, like they want to be in those clutch situations because no one has spent more time in the country than them, the three of them together, those three amigos making it happen. Like, go do it, boys. And that gives us confidence and it eliminates the doubt, it eliminates the fear. And again, if that's the secret sauce, if hard work's the secret sauce, then I'm all about that. There's no 1999 buy on TV easy fixes. Like there's been a lot of hard work. And again, like we talked about it very, very early on when we got here. Hey, what's Flash Fast Football going to look like? If we're a gritty, hardworking, blue-collar work group that just works and finds a way to win, like sign me up for that.
All this being said, you set the stage for this game, but I mean, I don't think it would losing this game would trash what you've done. But I mean, still, this is you got a chance now to really do some special things this week.
Yeah. I mean, it's a testament to the kids, right? I mean, like, this is what they came to Kent State to do. KP said it after Buffalo, like, he came here to change it. And it took a little bit longer than he wanted to, and they flipped the culture, and because of them that, we're in this position. They've created this position. The stage is bright, and I think everyone outside looking in is kind of like, oh, we've never been here before. These kids have never been here before. How are they going to handle it? Again, the confidence that they have and the light that's in our family's soul, if you will, is going to burn hotter and brighter than any other stage or any other light that we're going to be on. So for us, we're going to go play ball, and we're going to go have fun doing it. We're going to trust one another doing it. We're going to do it in a smart way, doing it in a tough way. That's Flash Fast Football, and let's go play ball and give it our all, play one play at a time, and however the chips sort out, I'm going to love and respect my guys at the end of it because of that, and I have confidence in the way that we're going to get things done on Friday.
Just talk about Eastern Michigan, what you see there.
Yeah, I mean, really talented team, really disciplined team. Coach Creighton and his staff have done a fabulous job. I mean, you talk about a cultural flip and a change that they've made there, to be bowl eligible now for the third straight year. They make you earn everything. Glass, their quarterback, is performing at a really high level. I mean, I think it's going to be a battle of, the two top quarterbacks in the league, in my personal opinion. And they do a great job throwing the football, very, very efficient, great scheme. Defensively, they're very sound. They do a great job making things look alike. So you got to do a great job with your post-snap reads to really confirm what they're actually doing. And then you can tell they put an emphasis on special teams, and they try and use that as a competitive advantage. So two programs that they've gotten to another level because of the hard work that their people have put in, and us obviously ascending, and I think doing things the right way, that a lot of our core philosophies probably align, and will be a really, really good football game on Friday.
Just a little more challenging to go on the road and win this type of game.
Yeah, I mean, luckily we got a lot of experience being on the road early in the year, so I mean, it'll be all right for us, and we'll go have a little family dinner, a little Thanksgiving dinner as we travel, and enjoy the comforts of the hotel, and go get it on. So that's commonplace for us. We'll be all right.
Other than the people we brought up health-wise, how'd you come out of that last
All good. Q Knight did not play because of a health reason that happened during the week of practice, just a fluke deal. Hopefully get him back this week. Everyone else, we're good. Again, we'll manage the things the same way that everyone else is, and get all of our guys to the day. Cool.
Thank you, Coach.
Awesome.
Appreciate it.
Thank you, guys.